And good afternoon to you all. Today we have Ms. Diana Mondragon, who is a candidate. She's the third candidate to be here with us in Líderes del Futuro on KBBF and 89.1 FM. Señorita Mondragon, thank you for accepting the invitation to be in our show. Tell us, why is it that you're interested in being in the Roseland School District?
Hi. So I was born and raised here in Roseland. I attended the Roseland School District from preschool all the way to 12th alongside my 3 siblings. And currently I have a little sister that's still in the district, in the Roseland School District. And I graduated from RUP in 2018, so not too long ago. And from there, then I attended CSU Northridge and I obtained my Bachelor's of Arts, focus in graphic design, and my minor in Chicano studies. And currently I'm working as the coordinator for marketing and communications at 10,000 Degrees. And I just wanted to come back and give back to the community that I grew up in, and I assisted the district. So I have experience in the schools, and so has my parents, and I just really want to give back and help better my community because I believe there's always space for growth. So
thank you. How do you believe you can contribute to the district if elected to this position?
Well, I know that there's various areas in which we can better the district, the Roseland School District. And one of my focus would be increasing parent participation in the Roseland School Board meetings that there are every month. And I want to not only increase participation, but make sure that the parents know of the existence and its functions, and let them know that every meeting starts off with open to the public, and they are given a chance to speak on their concerns and their necessities. And taking into consideration that we have a large population of immigrants in the Roseland community, and we are mainly Spanish speaking people. So taking that into consideration, and the fact that currently the announcement for these meetings happen on the website of Roseland, I would like to possibly change the way people are have access to this, perhaps putting it in the signs at the front of the schools and announcing when they're happening on that, so that any community member can easily see it and know of it. So that's just one thing to better the community.
Definitely. And do you believe that at this moment then that the parents and the students, but specifically the parents who are Spanish speaking mainly, that they are receiving the right support on behalf of the district?
I believe that the district has always looked for the best interest for everyone, including the parents. Now, is there room for improvement? Yes, I always think there is room for improvement. There were things that were working, but as times change, we need stuff to change with it. And it's not something that will be easy, but it's time again to just continue bettering our community. And there is personal experience. I know that the Roseland School District has the best intentions for their students, especially the teachers. There's a lot of teachers that connect personally with students and try to give that support, but there's higher up people that can place restriction on certain things that teachers can do for students. So yeah.
Okay, and then the other piece is about student success. What historically, it's my understanding, and other candidates have spoken about this, historically, if students come to Roseland, to the Roseland School District, and for one reason or another, they don't do very well academically, they're shown the door, right? And they're told, listen, there's a long wait list and we can basically replace you. Um, what do you think about that? And should there be changes to that process?
Yes, unfortunately that happens, and it doesn't just happen within this district. Unfortunately, it happens in many others, but we can only better our own district. So I I feel that something that can be done for that is, because it shouldn't be happening that way, but is that there's this method called restorative justice, which is practiced, I believe, in Oakland, in certain school districts in Oakland, in which we focus more. It's a method in which you focus more on what the student needs and why, let's say, they are failing academically, falling behind, instead of focusing on punishment. You focus on the how to assist them, how to have them catch up with the rest of the students, and what will work for them, because everyone is different. No one is going to learn the same way. There's always 1,000 ways to learn one simple thing. So yeah, I think that's something that unfortunately happens, but we can change that and make it better for the students and the parents.
Thank you. In regards then on the changes that need to happen, if you were elected to the board, what would you want to accomplish, or what programs would you like to maintain that seem to be working?
Um, yeah, so if I were to make it onto the board, I would like to continue giving funds and resources to the schools, um, to help not only teachers, but students and parents. And I would like to focus in the area of mental health, because when I was in high school, I participated in a program called, well, through Latino service providers, called Youth Promotores, and it focused having youth from the community learn about mental health, and especially the negative stigma it has within the Latino community, and taking what we learned, whether it be resources or just general information. We would create presentations, workshops, and go around the community and present that to the community. And for example, we would speak on generational trauma, and because that's something we want to break, the negative stigma there is. We are a large community of Latinos here in Roseland, and that's part, I believe, mental health is part of being able to function in your community, in whatever job you might have, because being a student is also a job. So being a student, a teacher, or a parent.
One of the things that we know is that often, if you are one student um, in, let's say, a 500 student population school, and you only have one counselor, and you wanted to seek some form of support with your mental health, whether you're suffering from anxiety due to COVID, the fires, earthquakes, whatever else is happening in our community, it may take some time before you get to see a counselor. In the Spanish interview that we were just having, you mentioned that at this moment things seem to be better in regards to the student to counselor ratio. Can you explain a little bit in the English interview? Can you explain to us a little bit more about that, and what would you do if elected?
Yes. So currently, due to COVID, we were given funds to have more counselors placed in each school, and having those counselors there has been very helpful. From the feedback that I have heard around the community, it has been very helpful to help even out the counselors to the students, because the students, it's not like there's a counselor per grade level. So it's a lot of students for one person to see and assist. And I I would like to continue that, whether there are no longer COVID funds. I know that there is funding that can possibly happen for this. So yeah, that would be my intent, to continue having more than one counselor at each school so that students have more accessibility towards them. I know that counselors have create a strong connection with students when teachers cannot, and it's very important to have the student engaged in the schools, whether that be the counselor or the teacher's assistant or the actual teacher that does it. So yeah.
Definitely. And my second to the last question is, do you believe that the current board is representative of the community that it serves?
Well, it has been historically shown that the board, at least 4 of the 5 seats, are always held by elderly white women. Um, and currently, I don't believe it reflects the community. The community needs a board that reflects them, that they feel comfortable communicating with. And I know that there are language barriers, and that shouldn't be an excuse to not be communicating with your community. So I feel, well, more recently, we had a superintendent that really, I felt like, reflected our community, Dr. Rico. He was he made history. He was the first bilingual superintendent that this school board had. So he broke down that language barrier. And from my feedback, again, I hear that the community felt more comfortable going up and approaching and speaking with him. So I really believe that right now it does not reflect it. Now they have given a lot to this district, and we appreciate that, but it is times are changing, and either you change with the times or we don't change at all, and that's not okay.
Thank you. And that leads me to my last question, and that is, how can people support your campaign should they choose to do so?
Yes, so this is the first time I am running for anything for the Roseland School Board. So I'm figuring things out. I want to make sure I do everything as it is required, and legally and everything. I do not want to do something wrong. So it's taken me a bit longer to put up a website and do certain things. But something that I do want to highly encourage is that the community members, whether you are a student, teacher, or just a parent or just a member of the community, please become informed of your candidates, of their positions, of what they would like to do, because the school board, being part of the school board, is something very important and something that is not just a game. It's very important because there's a lot to go into it. You're handling schools in which the future generations come out of. So just please become informed. And if you can vote, please go vote once you're informed of whoever you would like to support, whoever you connect with. That's the most important thing, to be informed and to be able to vote on the information you have.
Thank you for the interview. Thank you for the opportunity to have this dialogue with you. Candidate Diana Mondragon, who again is running for the Roseland School District. Thank you again for this opportunity, and we wish you the best, and we hope the community keeps remembering that the Roseland District, as you said, is changing, and it is important that the community adjusts to this change. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.